everybody, and welcome back to the Brickheadz Broadcast Network. And so excited that Thrifty Thursday, we're starting again to co-stream both on YouTube and Rumble. For those of you who may be on Rumble, you'll have to go to YouTube in order to put anything in the chat because we're using StreamYard and the API is not ready yet. So hopefully within the next couple months, I was hoping it was going to be in June, but maybe by next month it'll be working. But anyway, welcome to the Brickheadz Broadcast Network. And I now have lighting in my studio. For those of you who may know, for the last month or so, I recently moved to this new apartment here in Vancouver, and the lighting just has not been that great. So I have set up some new lights, and I think it looks great. So I'm super excited about what we have in store today because we are going to be working on the Brickheadz, Avatar Brickheadz, Jake Sully and his avatar, because it's Thrifty Thursday and we always work on sets that are $20 US or less. This one is $15.99, at least the last time I checked when I was at the Lego store. And from what I understand, it's still that way. But yeah, anyway, it's going to be a fun time putting this together in my new studio. I have also kind of off screen here, but I'll show you. I also have my cool microphone set up and I tested it before the stream started. So I'm hoping that the quality of the audio is going to be better. My video, I still have to figure out why my camera goes blurry every now and then. So if it does, my apologies. We're still working on that. But anyway, as you can see, I'm slowly getting my studio back together. There's still a lot of things missing. I think anytime you move, there's always an issue when you're trying to get things put together. You think you put things in the right box and then they're not in the right box and it just gets to be complicated. But anyway, welcome again. And on Thursdays, I also have a chance and I want to spend the time to thank one of my viewers. Thank you, Joel, also known as Have Studs Will Travel. He sent me a little gift as a housewarming gift for my new studio here. So I'm going to put my down camera up and we're going to see what's inside. I have not unwrapped it yet. I just took all of the details of his address and all of that. So let's take a look because I am super excited. I think that, like I said, he's always really great about putting in details and thinking about the person that he's gifting. And I've got my little sticker here to keep me company. So we're going to see. Let's see what Joel put together in this little box. So thank you, Joel. I know you're not on the stream right now, but you can review this a little later. And I have not opened this yet. So, oh, look at this. Oh, this is great. One thing that I had mentioned to Joel, he said that he was going to the Lego store and that they have these orange suits, the 2x3 orange suits. So he picked up a couple for me. Thank you, Joel. And he added some panda heads because one thing that I've been doing, for those of you who know, is just doing a lot of panda builds. And I'm getting ready for Brick Rodeo. And one of the things that I did find when I was unpacking is I found my Pandas of Penzance ship. So one of the things that I am bringing with me is a fleet of ships. I'm calling it the Fantasy Fleet because the Pandas of Penzance will be there. The Spice Pirates will be there, as well as the Rainbow Pirates. So there we go. Brickanista. And oh, this is the other cool thing that Joel does is he does this watermark, or I'm sorry, a wax mark. And get this, he actually takes the time to paint the J for Joel. So really sweet. He always does this and it's a very nice touch. You don't see that anymore. And oh, you know, it might be cool is if I start doing this and put the Brickheadz Broadcast Network logo here. And one of the things that I have been doing is I have been printing up some stickers and I plan to bring those to Brick Rodeo as well. So I want to keep this wax intact. So trying to be careful about that. So very cute little card. I think it's It's unusual to get a card of this shape. Hey, Naomi, thank you for the trade and the bonus poly bag you included. Added a few more panda heads for your collection. So thank you, Joel. Enjoy. And it says Stone Ridge may have more panda heads. Oh, okay. I might need to call the Stone Ridge store to see if I can get some more panda heads. Unhappy Mohawk, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, it is really cool. Joel and I do trades, and I had sent him something already, and I included a poly bag as kind of a bonus. So he's sending this to me back, and he sent a note saying there's maybe more panda heads over there, because one thing that's kind of fun when I do builds is I put panda heads on everything. So I did a pirate ship full of pandas. I'm working on pandas in space. In fact, check this out. We can do this right now. I don't know why my down camera is got a lag. So I picked this up at the Bricks and Minifigs Exchange over in Portland. They have this little kiosk thing on the street. And so, oh no, this head came with it. I need the head for the panda head to just attach. All right, there we go. Okay, and we have, it looks like a classic head on there. And I was thinking that this might be cool for pandas in space, because he's got that space logo on there. Snap! Yeah, I think that this torso, by the way, I did look up this torso, and it only appears in 2 sets. And it's just cool, that little print that it has on there. This was at the Crestwood, I believe, is the neighborhood over in Portland. They have, I think, 3 of them in the Portland area. They just opened one up in Vancouver, Washington, where I'm based. So I got to check that one out too. Now, here's the other thing that I was really looking forward to, because I have a bunch of the light blue ones. And he said that the orange ones, which you can only get at the Pick a Brick or Build a Minifig section of the Lego store. So yeah, he he sent me 2, and it's interesting that the hair that he chose, it's like Elvis hair. So we've got 2 of these. This is great. So thank you, Joel. Thank you so much. Orange is your favorite? Oh, nice. And you love that idea. Yeah, if you take a look at my Instagram account, one of my more recent posts where I posted that. And the other reason why I picked this particular minifig is it came with this, is this head still? Yeah, this head's stuck on there. But anyway, it came with this Arctic hood. And I don't have any of those because I didn't get any of the Arctic series. So I'm really, really glad to have that. But anyway, so welcome to the stream. And like I said, what we're going to do today is work on the Brickheadz. I had hoped that my Dilophosaur ambush set was going to come in by now, but it's not coming in until tomorrow. But that set is going to be reviewed on Sunday by a good friend of mine, Tom Kokkonen with True North Bricks. He's going to be on the show because Sunday is the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park, which is still, hard to believe. It's hard to believe it's been around that long. Okay, so I'm trying to see if this has the ability to open it like a tray, but it doesn't look like it. So we're just going to have to open the side. Am I coming to Brickworld Chicago next week? Unfortunately not. I don't like really large crowds, honestly. And that's part of the reason why I've got Brick Rodeo on my agenda, because Brick Rodeo limited the number of AFOLs to 400. I believe Brick World, I think somebody told me 2,000 AFOLs are going to be there. That's just AFOLs. I'm not the adult fans of Lego. I don't know how many the public are going to be there. So I went to Bricks Cascade, and Bricks Cascade had, I think it was 500 builders. And I really like that size. I think part of it is that when there's so many people, you just don't get to know people that well. I feel kind of intimidated too, I think, with so many AFOLs in the room. So I tend to like the smaller shows. And so I have never been to Brick Rodeo. And 2 of my followers are over there. I'm looking forward to meeting Zach Martinez and Glenn Copeland, who they may pop into the chat too. A record number. So you're going to be there, Unhappy Mohawk? Are you based in Chicago? Yeah, I think if I got over my aversion to crowds, maybe I might go some year. But a friend of mine, Megan Lum, who you probably know from Brickset, she says that what she does is she just goes for some of the sessions and kind of stays with smaller groups. So that might be the way I manage it if I ever go. But yeah, I used to go to these Toastmasters conventions because I was an officer, and those were several thousand people. And I kind of felt the same way. I just didn't feel that comfortable. So you can see we have 2 sets of bags, number 1 and number 2. You're based in Michigan? Okay, cool. You just finished moving today. Oh, wow. I just finished moving, actually not completely finished, but I finished the big move April 30th. So I've been here a little over a month and still getting used to the place. I really love it here though. The Lego community is awesome. The people here in Portland are much more chill than people in Seattle. The people in Seattle are pretty serious. I mean, I can get being a serious builder, but there comes a point where you kind of say, you know, it's okay to just enjoy the hobby. You don't have to be so competitive. But yeah. Well, I'm super excited about this set because I'm working on the first one right now. So book number 1 is Jake Sully. But there's 2 reasons why I really like this set. Just looking at it, first of all, it's a really good representation of another part of our community. People who are paraplegic and people who have these mobility issues. So it's nice to see them represented in a set like this. And the other is just the detail that they put into this for Avatar. I have not seen the new Avatar movie. I'm still averse to going into a large auditorium without a mask. I did go to visit my family last weekend in Arizona, and I didn't wear a mask the whole time. It was kind of liberating, but also scary at the same time. So we'll see how I do. I'm going to another picnic this weekend with Portland people, and we'll see. Like I said, I'm going without a mask. We'll see how that goes. But I'm going to do just some preliminary knolling. But one thing I'm also trying out is this tray that's made of koa wood. That one of the things that's nice about moving is you discover some of the things that you had that were, hidden in other places. So I said, I can use this for my screen. Normally I would put this onto a napkin or a tablecloth, so then I wouldn't have to worry about things flying all over the place. But yeah, this is a good way to do it. And when I was in Arizona, what was nice is that my nieces and my nephew, they built with me. I got a gift from my brother. I got the wild flowers bouquet, and they all helped me build it. Brick Jedi's here. Hey, how's it going, Mo? Good to see you. Ahoy, hoy. Yeah, I'm really excited too that I've got this new schedule. I just posted it on Instagram that my new schedule is going to be Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. And part of that is because I got permission from TVNZ, or TVNZ as we say in the US, for interviewing the Lego Masters from New Zealand. And I have lined up with PT McEwen. PT McEwen is the co-host, and we're going to be interviewing Angus Deacon. So he's one of the contestants of the show. So he's super excited that we're going to be able to ask him questions and talk about the show. And it's interesting that they don't get as much publicity, Lego Masters New Zealand. And started working with them last year with the season 1 contestants and said, do you mind if we also interview season 2? And they said, yeah, you can do it as long as you point them in the right place. Now, here's another interesting thing is this color, which it's kind of hard to tell in this light, but it's not, it looks like it's dark bluish gray, but it's actually, I believe, sand blue. I think it's sand blue that's in this set, which you don't find very often. So it's interesting that they're leveraging this sand blue in here. I guess it's kind of like foreshadowing for what's going to happen to the character. Let's see, 2x4. Uh-oh. I already picked the wrong piece. All right, here it is. I thought I did the knolling right. Yeah, so the summer is going to be chock full of activities. You were asking me, Unhappy Mohawk, about if I'm going to Brick World. So I'm not going to Brick World, but I am going to Brick Rodeo, and I'm excited about it, but I'm also a little nervous too about that. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so it looks like, and got dog hair. That's another thing, is that I missed my dog when I was traveling, and I'll miss her again. I have a really good friend who has been taking care of her, and it's always nice when you know that your pet is taken care of. You don't have to worry about whether she's doing okay, especially if she's in a place that she's not familiar with. And she's been to my friend's place. You hope to see some videos from me on. Are you talking about Brick Rodeo? Yeah, it's interesting because I did a couple. I don't know if you watch my Instagram videos, but one thing that I like to do when I go to a convention is, I think it's Saturday night, either Friday night or Saturday night. I like to take videos on that night because usually it's pretty lightly attended. There's very few people in the room. And I like to do that because you can actually hear yourself while you're talking. Because another thing is, when there's so many people around, it's kind of hard to hear your talking when you're doing the video. Yeah. So if you are watching, that's the only time I do live Instagrams. I don't really like to do Instagram live. Part of it is I just have an aversion to seeing myself in a mirror image, because you see this on-air sign. When I would do a couple of Instagram lives, it would drive me crazy just seeing it not in the right orientation. And that's just me. I'm sure, it's people love Instagram because it's fun to do. Fingers crossed. Oh, you mean about Saturday night? Yeah, I'm sure that there's going to be some downtime where I'll be able to. And if you're in Michigan, then it'll probably be Central Time, Eastern Time. It'll only be an hour difference from you. It's people on the West Coast. It'll be 2 hours behind. But yeah, and I'm also looking forward to Brick Rodeo because from what I hear, they are very generous with the swag. And when you go, you're going to come back with a lot of Lego. So not that that's the reason to go, but it's just nice that they're so generous with it. And okay, let's see. So this is interesting, is that I think this is going to be for the wheel mechanism because it's got this the swivel for the rocker arm. Yeah, so we have 2 of these that we're going to be putting in place. I just want to make sure I'm putting it in the right orientation. Yeah. So this is interesting. We want it this way. Yeah, Michigan seems like it's the place for lots of Lego masters. It seems like Utah and Michigan, they like to cast a lot of people from those states. Just because you guys are really good at building. Yeah. Brickheads tend to be very similar, but it's always interesting when you have some new techniques that are coming out of this. Okay. Filling in the front now a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to think what other things come in sand blue. I think the Bobaton ships, I think the ones from Harry Potter, I think they use sand blue as well. I like medium blue. It's not quite as gray as this. It's a little more on the lighter blue side, but it's still a nice different color to have this anyway. All right. I'm hesitating here because I want to make sure that I'm covering things up the right way. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're good. The last thing you want is to have to like start undoing things. Make sure that, see, the other thing I have to be concerned about is the lighting in here. Now, what is that? Okay, that's a hair. So we have, that's one thing nice about having this down camera is you can tell it's slightly different. So this is tan and this is yellow. And from what I can tell in this instruction, I think that's the tan one. We'll soon find out if I put it in the wrong place. I'll say, remember when you said it was yellow or tan? It was actually yellow. All right, I'm looking for a 1x2 in black. There we go. All right, so we got that going. Yeah, so tomorrow, like I said, this week I've got just all these Lego activities taking place. Tomorrow, we've got the Lego Masters New Zealand interview. Then Saturday, I've got the Port Lug celebration where you have a summer cookout that's taking place. Then Sunday, we have Tom and Mark, who are both going to join me for the discussion about the anniversary of Jurassic Park. I'm very excited about that. My set will have come in by then, but I will have to save it for next week. So if you want to know what I'm building next week, it'll be the Dilophosaur ambush. And it's got some really cool features to it. Okay, this is interesting. I like how they have this kind of step on either ones. Yeah, so right now everybody's getting prepared for the various conventions, and I just saw a post by Doug Hughes. So if you don't know who Doug Hughes is, this dude is amazing. He's out of Seattle, and what he has done is he did this film. Actually, I shouldn't say a film. He did a theater piece of a blimp and several dogfighting airplanes in this like theater with different, what do I want to say, EV3 motion. And it won the, what was it, the Best in Show. So it won Best in Show at Bricks Cascade, where all the AFOLs vote for who they think is the best in the AFOL space. And then our build won People's Choice Award, which was awesome. So our Jurassic Park collab won People's Choice. But anyway, he posted this link about how he's shipping this huge crate and he's taking a train to get to Brick World. So yeah, this guy, he's serious. And by the way, there's the pink 2x2. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at lighting because this it kind of washes this out. It makes it look kind of white. Axel Plate is here. Guten Morgen. How's it going, Axel? Good to see you again. Guten Morgen, Brickenista. Wie geht's? I don't know if that's, I know that's in German, so that I apologize. I know that's probably not the right terminology in the Netherlands, I think, is where you're from, if I remember right. But anyway, good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, we're working on the Jake Sully one right now. And we were just talking about going to brick conventions. And I was looking at my list of mocks that I registered, and one of the biggest problems is in the US, you have to pay to check your bags. So you have to kind of calculate that into what you're going to pay for your booking. And right now I'm kind of leaning towards United Airlines, mostly because if I go on United, it's a direct flight from Portland to Houston. Oh, look at that. This is great. Guten Morgen is Dutch, but I speak German too. Oh, okay. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. So I only speak a little bit of German. So alles geht gut. Oh, that's great. Wonderful. Wunderbar. It's like I'm just embarrassing myself trying to speak German. Yeah. Who is Jake Sully? Jake Sully is the main character in the Avatar movie. So if you haven't seen the Avatar movie, at least watch the first one because that's readily available through streaming services. And then the second one, you have to go to a theater at the moment. And this is from the movie, I think The Way of Water, I believe is the name of the new movie. But Avatar, it's interesting because I just gave a speech about this, about how trees talk to each other through their root system. This was for a Toastmasters event. And apparently that philosophy was adopted by this movie when they were talking about the characters. Well, you probably know kindergarten rucksack Stein too. Yes, yes. Those are very German words. I also know, what is that word? Geisteskrank. Ich bin geisteskrank, which means I'm crazy, right? Like I need help. But anyway, so here's our standard face, standard Brickhead face that's coming in. Yeah, I spent a little bit of time studying German when I was in college, but when I say study, I think I took one semester. It wasn't very long. Some of it stuck, not a lot, but some of it stuck. I think the hardest part about the German language is when you connect words together into one long word. You are sorry to hear that. Yes. You think The Way of Water is on Disney Plus now, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, more like mentally ill. Yeah, that's what I actually meant. That I'm crazy and mentally ill. That's Ich bin geisteskrank. Though I guess if you were mentally ill, you wouldn't actually be able to say that you were mentally ill. That you'd be way beyond being able to say that. But yeah. I'm trying to remember what other phrases I remember in German. Das ist zu spät, which means that's too late. And I remember that phrase because one time I was in Berlin and I was with a friend and we had ordered some food and some water to go with it. And the water showed up like right at the end of the meal. And I pretty much sent the order back and said, "Das ist zu spät." That's too late. So and he understood what I had to say and he apologized. But I mean, like I said, my German is not that great, but I was able to, take an order and send it back. So I was able to do that. And one of my favorite German foods is Spätzle. If you know what that is, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's like potato dumplings, and it's native to the southern, I think, German region. Yeah. In fact, when I was in Berlin, it's not native to Berlin. So what I did is I went onto a program called Foursquare. I don't even know if it's in use anymore, but I went onto Foursquare and I looked for Spätzlerei, and there was one in Berlin that had, I think it was, I want to say 12 different versions. Spätzle. Yes, that's right. Spätzle. Thank you. Mentally ill and crazy is a good combination. You could be normal and boring. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, normal and boring is not as appealing, though. I don't know. There's levels of crazy which are acceptable. Like quirky crazy is acceptable, but crazy violent is not acceptable. So yeah, there's a fine line when it comes to defining yourself as a crazy person. I'm not violent. I can say that I think I'm fairly stable. my biggest I guess mental illness is probably an addiction to Lego, which I think we all have. Oh, look, PT McEwen is here. Hey, PT. So PT is my co-host in tomorrow's show, where we're going to be talking about Lego Masters New Zealand. So super excited to have him on the show. He's been doing a lot of really good work on a lot of the visuals too. So thank you so much, PT. Good to have you here. And I'm looking for a brown 1x2. Oops, maybe I went ahead of myself. Hold up. I was doing the mirror image. There might be something else on here. Nope. It should be a 1x2 in brown. Let me see. These are black. Why am I not seeing a 1x2 in brown? Is it underneath? This is the thing, it's all on the tray. So I could, I'm in my build space, so I could grab a 1x2, and then when it pops up, yeah, because these are all brown. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Let's see if I have a brown one in here. So this is nice having my collection handy, but I may have moved the brown ones into, because I have a set of boxes for my pirate ships. So let's see. That's dark brown. That's a little bit better than black. I don't think I have brown in here. Okay. All right. Oh, wait. I found it. The reason why it's hard to find is I'm on a brown tray. Okay, so we can get rid of this. Could you use a brown 1x2 instead of a black 1x2 earlier? No, they were all brown. So this one's brown, and the other one on this side is brown as well. And it's also a 1x2 here as well, and here. But I found it. It was hiding because it's on a brown plate. Okay. So you can see it's coming together nicely. Our little Jake Sully. And I think the last thing we have to do is work on the wheelchair. Okay. So, now I know what these swivels were for. Okay. This is the next part, which is going to be fun, because we have these parts, the rocker hinge part. Okay, so let's see. Make sure I've got this right. Okay, now these 1x2s in black are coming into play. Okay, this is interesting. They want us to do this upside down. Wait a minute. That's not proper. That's not proper. All right, here, let me show you what's going on here. Okay, 1x2 on top of a 2x4. Then we have the hand. Okay, so we did that. And then it says to turn it upside down. So you see how this piece should be up like that? So there's nothing to connect it to. If I do it that way. All right, what am I missing here, folks? I mean, it could be this way. Am I just reading this wrong? Let me move it up to the camera. Or do I have a different part? Oh, I see what I did. Okay, so I think this is actually on top, like this. Oops. No, wait a minute. No. Okay, I'm definitely confused. Is there another piece that's an inverse? Here, let me look. All right, we got this. We got that, yeah. Okay, so what's happening here? I mean, it could be this way. And then, and then you turn it upside down. Ah, okay. I see. Switch the first part horizontal. I think this is it. I think this is what they want. Because that's the only thing that makes sense. But thank you. Thank you, Axel. Yeah, now the studs are down. So yeah, you're right. Okay. Now I need to make 2 of these. This is another reason why I stream, is that way people can help me out when I run into problems. I did tell you I was geisteskrank, so now you know. Okay, here we go. Oops. There we go. Okay, so now we have these 2. And it looks like these are going to go in here. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. All right, that's a cool technique. Definitely will have to remember that. All right. Because often you don't see any kind of motion on the Brickhead arms. More eyes, see more. That's true. Though you didn't see the 1x2 brown, it was hiding right there. So I have a follower sometimes, Mr. Mittens on Twitter. Whenever he's on and I can't find something, I ask him to look, because he's got eagle eyes. He can scan the field and tell me where to look. Okay, now this is interesting because we're having these Technic 1x1 bricks here. So this is going to be interesting. What are they going to do with that? Okay, we got some brackets. So we're putting some studs nut on top. Yeah, so earlier, somebody with the mohawk, I'm looking for your name, Unhappy Mohawk. Unhappy Mohawk was talking about going to Brick World. And I had mentioned that, yeah, Brick World's a little too big for me. I don't think I would feel comfortable there. Whereas going to Brick Rodeo, I'm really excited about, because they limited it to 400 people. That's the only people who can go. Okay, this is interesting. So they're having us turn this sideways, and this is going here. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. That's right. I didn't see it. You need more viewers, much more. Yeah, I'm working on that. Next stream title. Please help me. I can't find the pieces. 200 plus viewers. Okay. Hey, if it were that easy, that would be great. I've been doing it wrong all this time. I've been streaming for about 2 years. It'll be 3 years in September. September 14th is the first day I streamed on Twitch. But then Twitch was just a little chaotic for me. I do like when you're on Twitch, if you're going to stream for like 5 hours at a time, if you're working on a build, for example, I do like it for that. But for all the others, it just gets a little too chaotic for me. And I already told you, I don't like crowds. I'm not really good with that. And a lot of people are going to be at Brick World. So I just let other people go and I live vicariously through them. A little clickbait is not too bad. Yeah. You did a quick calculation, 1,600 people. So if you talk to each one for a minute, you'll spend about 27 hours. Yeah, that's kind of my point, is that when you go to a big convention like that, you usually end up in a small group of people anyway, because you hang out with the people you know, right? As far as venturing out and meeting some new people. But I think when you have a smaller group, the opportunity to, actually get to talk to the builders longer too about what they're doing and the techniques that they use. That's another reason why I really like going to smaller conventions. It's just, that's the part that I really enjoy, is just having a chance to chat with people for a longer amount of time. In fact, I spent in PT, and I spent some time talking with Stephen Yo from Lego Masters season 3 US for a long time. Super, super nice guy. And he's going to be on our show in a couple weeks. So he's going to be going to Brick World. And I told him, when you come back from Brick World, you can tell us all about it while we're interviewing for the next Lego Masters season 2 episode. Oh, look at this. Okay, so I didn't get excited about this earlier, but yellow Technic pins. I don't think I have any yellow Technic pins. So we actually have yellow Technic pins, and we have the standard tan. I have a couple of these, I know, the axle to pin. So this is interesting. Yeah, not everybody gets excited about Technic pins. I do. Oh my God, it's a yellow Technic pin. Yeah. Twitch is more for games, so it's a little playful. Yeah, that's true. I tend to be just a builder, and maybe people find that boring, but it's what I like to do. Okay, so we've got this, and this is nice too, because as you know, the rotation on the tan ones is looser, and it seems like the yellow ones are as well, because there is some clutch power when it comes to, I think the blue and the black tend to have more clutch power in there. Yeah, so I like to live vicariously through other people. So when it comes to the people all going to a Brick World Chicago, I'm just going to live vicariously through them and just enjoy all of their streams. And okay, do I have the wrong color here? What's going on? Yeah, it looks like I have the wrong color. Maybe to the darker one. Oops. All right, so pins and axles. Okay, am I missing something here? Oh, no, that's right. I'm confused because I was expecting an axle. Well, I guess there is an axle hole there. Look at that. All right. There you go. So there's the first set of wheels. It must be hateful. Get excited over new colors. What? And Technic only gets blue pins. Blue and black and light gray, usually. So when you see yellow pins, you're like, oh, wow. Not boring, crazy. That's true. Like I said, and PT, nailed it on the head. It's like you get excited about this, and I got an extra. So this is going to be the only one in my pin-to-pin drawer. There we go. Pin-to-pin Technic. Mostly black, one yellow. Okay, so now we have these big wheels. Oh, this is cool. So this is what they're doing for this. They are putting these like this. Ah, look at that. How clever. Very clever. And this is why the other one had an axle and this one has pins, because this one does not have an axle center, whereas the other one did. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oops. would be good if I actually centered it. Oh, that is cool. That is super cool. And you know where to get yellow Technic pins if you need them. All right, so this should go on here. Oops. And wow, so that is really cool. This is actually one of the few Brickheadz that you can actually roll. So that will be my lucky yellow pin. Yes, keep it and you'll swim in Lego for a few years. Yeah, I'm already swimming in Lego. I can't help myself, I think, when it comes to some of the larger purchases of parts. All right, so I only had 2 extra pieces from that. I had this one and the yellow pin. So I have a drawer for eyes. And what happened to my light? Oh, no. So I guess there's enough lighting in here, right? You can still see me okay? My front light went out, but I think it's okay. Yeah. I'm, like I said, I'm testing out this new lighting that I have in my studio because I haven't, if you've been following me, I haven't been streaming in my studio. I've been using a virtual background, which has some benefits because when I did a Lord of the Rings Brickhead, I had the Eye of Sauron like over my shoulder. But I think overall it's probably better to have my studio. I've missed having, being able to build in my studio because, like I said, that 1x2 brown, I almost was able to get something out of my supply. Usually you're asleep at this time. Oh, well, what time is it over there? Because if you're in the Netherlands, that's what, 9 hours ahead? I want to say 6 in the morning. Is it 6 in the morning or almost 6 in the morning for you? Because our other friend who's from the Netherlands, Hooded One, usually joins around 9 o'clock. So we might get a visit from him in maybe the next 10 to 20 minutes is my guess. But 5:50. Did I call that? I called that. Part of it is that we have Karsten. I'm trying to remember Karsten's last name, but from Lego Masters New Zealand. He's from Denmark. And he's on Central European time. So he's going to be joining us towards the end of July. So yeah, we've already got quite a few guests already lined up. It's really exciting and it's a lot of fun. And PT, you are so much fun to stream with too. If you haven't heard PT's laugh, you need to tune in to some of the shows because he has this great belly laugh that just is infectious. It makes you laugh. Okay, so did some preliminary knolling, not too intense, and get this second booklet. So we have this warrior now that we're going to be working on. So let's see if it's now 8:50. So it took me about 45 minutes to do that first one. Is there a Lego Masters New Zealand at the moment? It just finished, actually. You think you saw some video thumbnails? Yeah, they finished it, and it was really weird the way that they broadcast it in New Zealand is that they clearly filmed it ahead of time, but when they broadcasted it, they did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So there's 9 episodes. They did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 weeks in a row, which I think is kind of strange. Yeah, so we're doing reviews weekly, and we're doing them on Fridays. And we are also immediately after. So if Brick Jedi, you're still here, after the show on Friday, we're going to open up Pandy's Play Space and just do a hangout and debrief about how the show went. So if you're going to be around Friday, if you're a member on locals.com, then you'll have the opportunity to hang out with us after the show. And we'll just do some building and chatting and hanging out. I love these colors. These colors are awesome. Oh, look at this. We got some pre-printed tiles here. 2x2s. And here's another interesting piece. It looks like this is what they're using for eyes, I think, instead of the standard eyes, the Brickhead eyes. Yeah, here it is. I'm getting excited over a yellow pin, Technic pin. There's lots of good parts. Yeah, let's see. I'm looking for a bracket, a down bracket. Looks like it is light gray, light bluish gray. Or maybe it's this, actually it's this brownish color. So I need 2 of these and 2 of these down brackets. Here's one. Like I said, the color of the tray is deceiving. So it's kind of hard to find. Or do I need just one of those? Actually, I only need just one. Never mind. You see pink? Yeah, this pink is for the brain. Every Brickhead has a brain. It's mandatory. If you're going to build a Brickhead, it needs to have a 2x2 brick in pink. And if you're building one of the little baby pandas, then it's a 1x1. This is a 1x1 brick for the brain. Super cute. All right. So now, like I said, I love the colors in this set. And I haven't really watched Avatar, so I can't tell you if, I'm going to keep it intact or if maybe I'm going to part this out later. So far, I am enjoying this, though. It is fun to build. I think, too, when you have 2 characters that are extremely different, then you also get some new building techniques. So that's also fun. And thank you, PT. Also, PT is the one who told me that this set was on sale. So it's $15.99 right now on the Lego website. So if you're thinking about getting this set, now would be a good time to buy it. And I don't get any commission from Lego. Lego, are you listening? Maybe you can change that. But every week I work on a set that's $20 US or less. And I remember filling out a survey recently about how many sets do you buy in a year? And I wrote 50 plus, because if you count one per week for Thrifty Thursday, that is 48 sets, right? Or 50. How many weeks are there in a year? 52? Yeah, I think I said 48 because, you have vacations and such. But yeah, I was just like, I buy a lot of sets every year. They're not expensive sets, but I buy a lot of sets. Okay, so here's another pre-printed piece, which is really cool. Looks like the belt. Double VIP starts today. Oh, see, that's the other thing about us AFOLs is we enable each other. Are you going to buy some more? Yeah, I think I'm going to buy some more. Okay, wait a minute. What's happening here? I missed a step. I was going to say, this doesn't seem right. I missed a step. Okay, where is, I need a 2x4 in green. Is it 2x4 in light green? It's like, this is not green. Unless it's supposed to be blue. It looks green to me on these instructions. Does that look green? It looks like we have light bluish gray and green. Okay. It must be, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just blue. Okay. Because we don't have very many 1x4s. All right. But it looks like a different color to me. Doesn't this all look like the same color? Doesn't this look like a different color? Am I losing my mind? That looks like a different color to me. Maybe it's supposed to be the same color. You could visit Germany on vacation and buy 20 sets in a week for cheap. It has a different hue, maybe gray. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. All right, let's look at all the 2x4s. Because that's what it is. I've got 2x4 in black, 2x3, 2x4s in black. It's not looking, like I said, to me, it was more of this greenish color. And unless it's hiding, make sure it's not hiding underneath one of these other pieces. Do you see any other 2x4s in green? It looks different. In fact, let me look at the front cover because it's right above this belt piece. It might be that same blue because it doesn't look like it's a different color here. So I think we'll just roll with it. Check the bag. Oh, good point. Good point. It could be stuck in the bag. Here's bag number 2. Here's bag number 2. Nope. Not stuck in the bag. Well, I mean, the other option, of course, is I can always grab a 2x4 in that green from my collection. And I happen to have that color. So if it pops up again, I'll just replace it. All right, so we decided we're gonna, let me grab a book separator. All right, this may be for naught, but I think it's that green. At least that's what it looks like to me. All right, okay, we're gonna plow forward. At least we can figure out which one it is if we need to look again. Like I said, it's nice being in my build space again. Have not been working here because the lighting was so bad. Should we check on Brickheadz with color plates? Hey, if you want to, that's fine. Usually when Glenn is on the call, he's checking into those things. So yeah, if you want to, Axel, feel free. It will not upset me. Yeah, so like I said, Glenn will also come up with interesting facts. He comes up with. All right. So there's our pink brain again. In fact, you know what? It might have been better that my light went out because I think when I had the pink earlier that it seemed like it was washed out. I think it might actually be better the way it is right now. Okay, so speaking of next steps, we have another row of, now this is interesting. Here's another really cool part. I don't know if this comes in blue regularly, but this 1x1 by 2 2/3, I believe, or 1 2/3. Yeah, I use that in a lot of castle builds. So it's nice to see that here. All right. And keep building here. Yeah, I think Brickheadz, after a while, you just, it's like building other Brickheadz, right? They have the same kind of features, but this one's different. This one's a little different. Okay, so now we're using one of these 2x4s here. and then black, and then the blue. So there's that little green part. It's not that obvious. So no green 2x4 plate, 2 medium blue 2x4 plates in the set. Okay. Well, maybe it was supposed to be medium blue. You know, I could always take it out and put it back in. Do some surgery, working on the head of the brickhead. Oops. Yeah. See if I get better leverage on this side. There we go. Upside down building. Travesty. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Oops. She says while she's trying to get it to clutch together. Okay. All right. Thank you. See? That worked out great. Thanks very much. Okay, so now we have the front. It's coming together. Now this one has a big spear, so it looks like that's going to be part of the spear later. Yeah, the other reason why I want to really get familiar with the Brickhead is that I've been asked to bring a Brickhead of myself as a sig fig and send it over to Lene over at in Maryland. She's coordinating with the Dream Builders lug. I belong to that lug, and they've got some exhibit space over in one of the Lego stores over in Maryland. So she's asked us to send her Brickheads ourselves. I have one, but I need to update it. Okay, so I'm looking for, I think it's black. Yeah, that must be it. Like I said, the lighting in here, I still need to work on the lighting a little bit. I know some Chinese brands use letters to identify colors, especially with browns and reds. Oh, okay, interesting. Do they do that in the instruction book, or do they actually do it on the print of the set? Ooh, here's where the eyes come in. Okay, they want the white up top, like that. Yeah, whether or not you like Avatar, one thing is clear is that James Cameron really kind of broke the mold when it came to that. Okay, I must have put the wrong thing on here. Yeah, I put a tile. It was supposed to be a plate. And I think it's brown. Okay, let's take a look. It's like, I guess those are the same color. And the reason why is this next part is actually pretty cool. What they're doing is they're doing these top clips, and the top clips are being used as hair. So you see what they're doing with these top clips is they're putting it around. I think it's hair. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know. What else could it be? That little fringe on top. Avatar was one of the first 3D movies, and a lot of lighting, CGI. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think James Cameron just really outdid himself. He pretty much says, you know, I don't care if nobody else is doing 3D. I'm going to do 3D. And look, he pretty much started a whole trend. Oops. Don't want that one. So we have, these are kind of cool. If you ever want to build some sort of tiling or something on a floor, that could be fun to do. Yeah, I remember coming out of that movie and just saying, wow. Especially the colors were just so vibrant. And it was just so much fun to see. Let's see, I think that is correct. Okay, sorry, I'm hesitating. It's looks like they want to put that there. It's like I'm looking at these instructions kind of sideways going, yeah, I think that's what they wanted. Or is it 1 over? No, it doesn't look like it's 1 over. Okay. Yeah, when they're printing brown on brown, it's kind of like, what are you trying to do here? Okay, I think this is what their plan is. Okay, brown, and then top clip, and then brown. Okay, I think that's what they're trying to do, because they said they want 2 of those and a top clip. And there's the top clip. It's a headband. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you, PT. Oops. Sorry about that. All right, so yeah, I'm enjoying the build so far. I'm not a big Brickhead fan, to be honest with you. I think they're kind of weird looking. Brickheads in general. I know what they're trying to do. This is like the Funko Pop version in Lego. But for what it's worth, it's still they're clearly people love them. You know, otherwise they wouldn't keep building them or making them. All right, I'm looking for the other direction. This is like, come on, there's got to be another one facing the other way. What? What? Come on, there's got to be. There he goes. It's like, wait a minute. All right. And they want one more 2x2. There it is. So this little structure is kind of weird looking, but I guess it's supposed to be hair. Okay. Yeah, more details on the hair. And this is kind of cool because they have this inverse 1x2. Ah, there it is. Oh, look at this. Okay. That's kind of a neat technique. I don't know if you can see that. And this is going to go here. So I guess it's kind of a flowing kind of ponytail looking thing. Let's make sure I got that right. Yeah, that's what they said. Ah, and then they're going to lock it in with these 1x2 curves. Like I said, it's pretty intricate. It's pretty cool. So there we go. Weird looking. And you have a problem with minifigs. I don't have a problem with minifigs. I have no problem with minifigs. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you were to look at a minifig in general, yeah, they are a little on the strange side. But mini dolls are more frightening to me. It's like, especially because their arms are always like this, and their legs are always so stiff all the time. I kind of feel bad for them. It's kind of like, I know you want to move, but we can't do anything about it. It's the way you were built. Okay, we get to do the other side here. Yeah, if those minifigs could only talk, the stories they would tell us. So it would be a toy version, Toy Story version of Lego. I guess they kind of did that already with one of Lego movies. And like I said, it's nice when you've done this already on one side, so it doesn't look as awkward or weird. It's like, what are they trying to do? Okay, doing that. And this side and top clip. There it is. All right, it's coming along. And yeah, I would have to say so far, I am definitely more of a fan of the Jake Sully model. All right, so now we get to work on the feet. What's nice, what I will say that's nice about these Brickheadz is that if you have another friend or a family member who wants to build with you at the same time, then these sets are great for that, because you just separate them out. You got two separate booklets. You can work at your own pace and have fun with it. But in fact, that was one of the things that was nice about the Wildflowers set, because my brother asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and that was easy. I said Lego. So we went to the Lego store, and I ended up picking the Wildflowers set because I knew that I could have my nieces and nephews just like pick which flowers that they wanted to build. And it turns out that the set, even though it doesn't come with separate pieces or separate booklets, that you could separate the books out, or the flowers out, which is what we did. So I ended up giving to my nephew. He was bag number 1. I think bag number 2 was me, or was I 3? One of the two. And then my niece Mary was 3, and then my niece Katie was 4. So I tore the book up and pretty much separated things out. And it was so much fun to do as a group. But here's the kicker. So my mom, we took photos and everything. And my mom looks at this and she goes, "Oh my God, these are beautiful. Can I keep it?" So my mom, I ended up giving it to my mom as a gift to her because she liked it so much. She goes, "I don't have to water these, and I can just, cover them up, and so they don't get, dusty." He had to ask, not the smartest guy. Yeah. So yeah, my brother, he's actually, that was all tongue in cheek. He knew that getting Lego was a good gift for me. So we actually went to the Lego store together, which was fun. He usually, when he goes to the Lego store with me, he's not too happy about it because I spend a lot of time in there, because I'm like filling up the cups with parts. He goes, "Are you done yet?" I go, "No, I got to maximize the space." Oh, this is fun. Okay, so let me just finish this top before I get too excited about the next step. Okay, so you see we have this nice little ponytail thing coming down. And this is the next fun part, is we have these little claws that go into these top clips. Yeah, no, where my brother lives is about a 30-minute drive to the Lego store. So that was fun. Took me there, and I picked the Wildflower set, and then spent some time with my nieces and nephews. One of my nephews didn't want to have anything to do with what we were doing. He just wanted to play video games. But the other three, yeah, they were saying, yeah, we want to build with you. That'll be fun. And it was. And it was a great way to spend my birthday with my family. The pick a brick wall. Exactly. And it's funny because one of the things I like to do is I fill the top of the cup and then I ask for a tape dispenser and then I tape that down and then cover everything up. And one of the guys says, I've never seen anybody do that before. I said, you will. You haven't been working long enough. I'm sure there's other people who do that. Yeah, they were a lot of fun. And I also picked up a passport recently. So I got my passport stamped too. That was a fun thing. Okay, so we get all these claws going around the edges here. So you can see I've got this headband with the little claws going around. That's fun. Have they switched to boxes yet in the store or still cups? There's still cups in the Arizona store I went to. I think they're gradually moving to the other style, but not quite yet. At least where I've been. I've been to, let's see, 3 different Lego stores. One in Seattle, one in Portland, and one in Arizona. Oops. So we've got the front done. And then it looks like we're working on, oh, okay. So these pre-printed pieces are for the arms. Okay. Interesting. And like I mentioned last time, the other one, you could actually swivel the arms, and most Brickheadz you can't. And this is one of those examples. Now this would be for the spear that he's going to be holding. But so far, adorable. But the Brickhead I worked on last week, the one with the Balrog and Gandalf, OMG, that probably was one of the most fun I've had working on a Brickhead. Okay, this is funny because this is the tail. This is the tail that we're working on. And this goes here. Now, this is also an interesting part because this part you usually don't see in this blue. This usually comes in like white and black and dark gray and boring colors. So to see it in this color is also fun. All right, so he's got his little tail. Really cool attention to detail, I will say that. All right, we're on the home stretch. Got base, and then we'll have the spear, and it looks like we have a flower or two. I'm not sure what the flowers are for. If it's for the base, or maybe he's holding onto the flower, something. Yeah, when I watched this movie for the first time and I was thinking about how the avatars look and how much taller they are and how they've got blue skin, I was thinking if it's a digital world, wouldn't they be able to change that? Like, why blue? Why did you have to have blue skin? You know, there's other colors, and I don't know if I would have chosen blue if I had a choice. Oops, am I doing too many of these? Hold up. I think I'm skipping ahead. No, actually, I'm okay. I'm okay. I must have predicted that. And spear. Oops. I do like working on this tray. I will say that it's a little more slippery than working on the tablecloth or on the napkin, but I do like the fact it's all self-contained. Okay, so we got that spear going. That should be, but like I said, I'm not sure what this other part is. We've got flowers. Oh, I see. It's a decoration for the spear. Okay. All right, so we've got a yellow lily pad. And we have a purple or lavender. Okay. All right, so I guess it's supposed to be decorative. All right, and here we are. We have our finished product, and it looks like based on the extra pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra pieces. I will say I like the Balrog and Gandalf better than these two. Ta-da! Right. Ta-da! Yeah, I think I still like the Balrog and Gandalf better than these two, but I really enjoyed working on the wheelchair for this Jake Sully one. I do like the eyes, too, that they've put on this character. And in a weird way, this kind of reminds me of a minion. I don't know if it's the eyes, but it's almost like if a minion decided that it wanted to be an avatar, this is what it would look like. Yeah, flowers on a spear looks like a hippie. Yeah, I agree. I agree that it's probably, here, let me see if I can put this centered. And yeah, I think the color scheme is probably my favorite part about this because I like medium blue, and it looks like they did use medium blue for this one, and they used more sand blue for the interior of this. You don't really see it as much. You kind of see it in parts of his legs, but I do like this medium blue color. So that is something which is nice. You have these pre-printed pieces, this 2x4 pre-printed and this 2x2. And I can see people using this maybe for a decorative tile print, maybe on a wall or on a floor. But yeah, like I said, the Balrog I think was more fun. I do like what they did with the hair. That was nice sculpting that they did on this. And of course, the little horns going around the bandana or the headpiece. Okay, fun. So just so everybody knows, tomorrow, PT and I are going to be interviewing one of the contestants, Angus Deacon. So Angus Deacon's going to be our special guest tomorrow, and would really love it if people could drop in on the chat because we had Robin Sather on last week, and I think we had one person show up. So if you are available tomorrow to drop in, I talked with Glenn, and I'm hoping Glenn can be a part of that too, just so that, you know, we have some chat going on while we have the guest here. And PT and I had a lot of fun talking to Robin. Listen to the last episode because he talks a lot about the backstory, about how these teams came together and what they do for the sets. It's always a lot of fun. Tomorrow, in how many hours? It'll be, actually, you'll be probably asleep because it's going to be 5 p.m. Pacific time, which I believe if you add 9 hours to that, what is that? Let's see, if I add 7, it's going to be 2 in the morning for you because 7 hours would be midnight. Yeah, so it'll be 2 in the morning for you, but catch the rerun. Yeah, you'll drop in. Awesome, great. I'm bummed I missed last week's episode. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I think part of it is that I didn't really put out a schedule, and I just posted it on Instagram. In fact, let me get this out of the way, and let me put up the schedule, because I need to do a better job of this. So what I'm trying to do is give advance notice. So one of the things that I've done is I've created this. I just put it in here. Where is it? Where are my overlays? There's my overlay. Okay. So this is the Instagram update. There you go. So you can see that Thursdays at 8 o'clock, Thrifty Thursday. Friday is Lego Masters New Zealand, 5 p.m. Pacific time, because that is noon for the New Zealanders. And then for members who are part of the Brickheadz Broadcast Network, we're going to open up Pandy's Play Space after that, so we can actually talk about the show after the show, do a debrief and ask, if people have questions or such. I'm not sure if Angus will join us for that, but I will be on there in case you have any questions. And then Sundays, we're doing special programming. And this Sunday at 1 o'clock, I'm going to have the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary. So we have a couple people who are going to be joining me for that. Tom Kukkonen and Mark Kerbal. And then I have here Twitch, occasional ad hoc Sunday build streams. And that's pretty much for when I start building, when I'm starting to get ready for a show, that I'm going to reserve that time for that. And then the other thing I have in this column, other activities, is that for the month of June, I'll be at the Port Lug Summer Cookout, which is this Saturday. In July, I'll be at Brick Rodeo in Houston. And then August, I want to start a BBN event. I have not thought this through yet, but I have a couple months. So I'm hoping that I can put together an event that could be a combination of virtual and in person. Haven't thought it through yet, but I'm thinking I might be able to do this at a local Bricks and Minifigs or something like that. So I will let you know more details as that comes together, but really excited about that. Here's a preview of tomorrow's show that you can see that PT and I will have special guest Angus Deacon with us. He was one of the contestants from Lego Masters New Zealand Season 2. So we are going to be doing, I need to update this. It needs to be Season 2, Episode 2. So I will update that. But anyway, it's really, really great to be back and streaming again. As you know, I was really sick for about almost a full month in the end of March and early April. Then I moved to Vancouver, Washington. So I've been busy trying to get things unpacked and put together, but I'm feeling really great. And I just really appreciate everybody's support and encouragement. It means so much. And I love the Pandy's Play Space thing that we've started adding too. So for people who are members who want to be a part of that, locals.com is where you can join to be a part of the Brickheadz Broadcast Network group. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. I have to do a better job of doing that 3 times. So I'll probably in the future, I'll be mentioning it at the beginning, somewhere in the middle, and then at the very end, because you're listening to the Brickheadz Broadcast Network here on YouTube and on Rumble. You can follow me on Rumble at rumble.com/user/Brickheadz. Hopefully we will get the integration with StreamYard so that you can chat in there as well. And I can see your chats. That's my hope anyway. Vancouver, Washington. There's a Vancouver there too. I thought it was in Canada. Yes, there is one in Vancouver, Washington. It is just north of Portland. And when I was looking at different places to live and to move, and I looked at this area and I really loved it. And I still like being in the state of Washington. And I have the benefit of being close to my Portland friends and supporters. And I do have a good support group here for both, not just Lego, but for personal reasons too. So yeah. In the U.S., we reuse lots of city names from around the world. That's true. I think there's a Paris, Texas, if I remember right. Yeah, we're not very original, so that's what happens. And you're usually awake at 2 o'clock. That's great. I'm glad that you can be part of that. And Going back to, if you want to, since we were talking about Vancouver, Washington, as you saw, Joel sent me some fan mail, and you can do that to P.O. Box 87232, Vancouver, Washington 98687. And tomorrow it's going to be fun. So yeah, stay tuned, because we will have Angus Deacon on the show, and he'll be talking about Lego Masters New Zealand, and we'll be able to chat more about it off stream after the show in Pandy's Play Space. But for those of you who tune in, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me that I have all this support from you. And as they say on the Brickheadz Broadcast Network, thank you so much, and may the clutch be with you. Take care, everybody. Bye.